Oh, God. I'm never going to live this down now, am I? Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and yes, Super Max has done it. Congratulations to Max Verstappen for winning the F1 2024 season. The best man won it, and that was certainly Max Verstappen. Now, I haven't got any allegiance to any driver whatsoever. I'm not in any cult for any of these drivers whatsoever, so I'm pretty indifferent about the winner, but of course he's done it, so congratulations to Maxi Boy Verstappen. I think out of all my drivers, if I had to pick a favourite, it's probably Lulu. Yes, Lulu! I love Lulu. I absolutely love Lulu. I do admit, yes, in the car, he's absolutely fantastic. But the moment he opens his mouth about anything not Formula 1 related, that's when he absolutely sticks his foot in it. Yes. But apart from that, yes, I'd say Lulu is my best driver, especially when he comes out with those beautiful outfits that he wears where he looks like a Teletubby. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I hope Lulu continues in Formula 1 for the next 10 years at least. And of course, we've got to mention Lulu because wowzers, me trousers, to coin a catchphrase. What a performance that was from Lewis Hamilton. 10th position start, right up to second place, and catching George of the Russell, who actually won the race. Yes, he won the race. So let's have a quick summary of what happened. I've made a few bullet points here. So Charles Leclerc went from 4th to 2nd, pretty much from the start of the race. Russell held on to P1. On lap 5, Leclerc tries to go for a move for P1, but doesn't quite manage to pull it off. On lap 8, Carlos Sainz goes back into 2nd position after losing it pretty early on. On lap 8, Verstappen goes up to 3rd place, and Norris also goes up to 5th position. On lap 10, Piastri gets a 5-second penalty for actually being in the wrong position on the grid. If you looked at the replays, you could see that it did look like he was too far forward a little bit. It was hard to tell from the camera angle that I was looking at on the TV, but it did look like he was a little bit too far forward. So unfortunately, Piastri got a 5-second penalty. Then on lap 11, Verstappen went up into 2nd position. At that point, I thought, I think he's got it. Then lap 16, Gasly had a failure and he was out. What a disappointment for Gasly after a superb 3rd position qualifying performance. Sort of dropped back a little bit from the start, but I have to say, very disappointing for Gasly. But anyway, lap 17, Lulu passes. Now, I'm going to say this again for the people who didn't realise. Lulu passes Lando Norris on lap 17, everyone. There's one for your calendar. There's one to mark in your little book. Lewis Hamilton on lap 17. You know, Mr. completely washed out and won't do anything at Ferrari. Actually passed Lando Norris, who is washed out and won't do anything in McLaren next. Anyway, on lap 33, Lulu got up into 2nd position, and I'll tell you what, that's when my excitement level reached almost 2. Yes, it almost reached 2 as he was really chasing George of the Russell. I thought, wowzers. But unfortunately, he didn't catch him in the end. But it was a great race from Lewis Hamilton. You can't take it away from him. And on lap 42, Sainz overtook Max and Russell won the race. Yes, George of the Russell. Watch out for that tree. So there you go then. Maxi Boy won it with 403 points. We've still got 2 more rounds to go. But of course, I know he got over 500 points last year. This is not going to happen. Even if he gets 2 more wins, he's only going to be at about, 475, something like that. And of course, this is because he hasn't won as many. He did say at the end of the race, this was a lot harder than last year, which of course it was very, very easy for him. So that's good news for us as race fans, because that's what we want. We want to see real competition. We don't want someone out in front walking away with it. And I predict that is not going to happen next year. That is not going to happen. I don't think that anyone's going to be walking away with it. I certainly don't think Red Bull are, because of course they've lost Adrian Newey. My only question to that is, I understand he doesn't start at Aston Martin until March of 2025. Now, is the reason for that, I mean, obviously the reason is because of contracts, but is the other reason for that is, has Christian Horner got him to design next year's car? Now, I was always on the premise that he wouldn't have any involvement in next year's car, but we'll have to wait and see what happens, because he's definitely not due to leave until March of 2025 before he joins Aston Martin. Because if anyone remembers, he had that little visit to Aston Martin, and Christian Horner said it was a little bit premature because he hasn't left us yet. He's still got lots of things to do. He's building that hypercar, but is he going to have some involvement in next year's car as well? We will have to see. Of course, we will find out from the starting gate, from the first round of 2025 next year, whether or not it's made any difference to the performance of the Red Bull. But I predict it doesn't really matter whether Adrian Newey is going to be there or not. I still feel that Red Bull, in performance terms, is going to be dropping back a little bit next year, which is exciting news. And this is the best news. This is the best news. Have you noticed how much improvement the Mercedes is? Have you noticed that? I mean, it was a 1-2 finish. Let's just give you some example of how much is improving. But it's just... What if that Mercedes next year is a race winner? How sick is Lulu going to be next year if that Mercedes is a race winning car next year? I mean, it's happened. It's happened before. It really has happened before. I don't know what he's going to do. I just don't know what he's going to do. He'll probably go to the end of 2025 and then say, I'm giving up. I'm reneging on my contract and going on a long holiday for 4 years. But yeah, that would be... I mean, I wouldn't laugh too much. Well, I would actually. I'd laugh a lot. Because that's just really funny to me that if that Mercedes ends up being a championship winning car next year, because it's definitely some improvement there. But as I say, Red Bull have got a serious competition next year. They've got Mercedes. They've also got Ferrari as well, who are also doing very well. And we've got some new blood in the mix as well, which is always good to shake up the pecking order. You know, I think basically there's still a couple of two old drivers in the field, and they need to sort of bow out or retire, to be honest, because they've been in Formula One for a very, very long time. I believe there should be some kind of shelf life for these F1 drivers. They shouldn't, be able to continue for 25 years in Formula One. That would be a little bit ridiculous. Of course, we got Fernando Alonso. I can't remember how long he's been in because he's been out and come back again. But I think in total, he's got to be approaching, 17 years in Formula One? I mean, he started with in 2001 in, of course, the famous, fabulous Black Minardi. Yes, I remember that. But, of course, he did leave for a couple of years and then come back again. So I can't actually remember. But he must have been in Formula One a good 17 years now. And that's a very long time to be in a top sportsman's position. And I do believe that some of these older guards maybe need to hang up their hats now and say, yeah, enough is enough, and let some of the young blood... Yeah, I know, I'm talking about letting the young blood in. You'd think, being an old fart like myself, I'd be wanting the old guys to... No, because if it shakes up the pecking order, if it makes more exciting races, then yes, give the youngsters a chance, that's what I say. Give the youngsters a chance. We will see what happens. So anyway, Max has won the championship, 403 points as of Viva Las Vegas, and Lando Norris is currently at the moment now on 340. So that's 63 points already. He's ahead of Lando Norris. Now, Lando Norris, what can we say? I hardly saw him at all on my highlights package, which just goes to show how much of an uneventful race he really did have. Yes, it's at the end of the day, he just didn't have it, did he? He just didn't have it. He really didn't have it. Really didn't have it. So yeah, there you go. What's that? Is there a wasp in here or something? Is there a bee? Is there a fly? Go away. No, go. Okay. Let's address this. Okay, I may have accidentally said, or maybe thumbnailed a video about Lando Norris, I don't know, winning the World Championship. I mean, it was just a joke. I mean, it was never going to happen. I knew it was never going to happen, but just as a jolly wheeze, a jolly little joke. I thought I'd big him up and put he could have won it, but he couldn't because he is now a bottle job. And as I've said in I think a comment somewhere, I think the trouble is next year, I think Lando Norris is going to get pushed sideways because, as I say, there's a lot of drivers moving around. There's a lot of new talent coming in, and I foresee Lando Norris getting pushed over to one side. I think Piastri is probably going to be the better of him next year, and Lando Norris is probably going to end up as a number 2 driver, which I'm sure he's not going to be very happy about, but we will see. But as I say, unfortunately in the end, he just hasn't got the Firenza, as the Italians like to say. He hasn't got the fire. He hasn't got that fire in his belly, that Senna fire that was needed to be a world champion. Now, of course, Maxi Boy Verstappen has got that fire, and that's why he is world champion. Now, a lot of people think that Max is a complete arsehat, and they could be right. They could be right. Who knows? Who knows? But that doesn't detract from the fact that he has just won his 4th world championship. So, you know, what can you say? What can you say? He's won it. Lando didn't, and Lando was just didn't have it at the end of the day. And that's what you need to win in Formula One. You do need that aggressiveness. You do need that determination, and that's what brings you up against the lesser people in these teams. You've really got to show huge potential, and of course, there's no getting away from the fact that Maxi Boy has got huge potential. He really has. Maxi Boy has got it. He is world championship material, and he's won 4 now. Now, a little bit of a bad omen there, because he's won 4 at Red Bull. If anyone remembers, so did Sebastian Vettel. Then he didn't win any more, but that wasn't Sebastian's fault. That's because, of course, the all-conquering Mercedes came in 2014 with the hybrid engine and just blew everyone away. So that's why they didn't win. But it could still be a little bit of a bad omen for Maxi Boy. He might not win another championship because of that sort of curse of Red Bull, where four championships seems to be their lot. Yes, but we will find out next year, of course. The last year under the current regulations before everything gets switched up for 2026. And when that happens, of course, nobody's going to know what the pecking order is going to be, because everything is going to be reset to brand new. And we will find out on the first day of 2026. Testing's not a really good indication, but probably from the first qualifying session, we will then find out who is the top of the pecking order. And that's going to be completely different, I foresee as well. I don't see the ones next year being up there in 2026. I think it's going to be very, very different indeed. A really different landscape for Formula One in 2026. So there you go. It was Viva Las Vegas. Now, I was hoping we weren't going to get some kind of cringy celebration before the drivers, and at least in my highlights package, there wasn't any of that. All we had at the end was Terry Crews interviewing the drivers, and he did a very good job with it, because he would do. He's an actor, so he knows how to speak to people as well. So he did a very good job, did Terry Crews, at interviewing the drivers at the end in front of the hotel. I can't remember the name of it because I'm not rich and shameless. Is it Caesar's Palace? No, I don't know. Whatever hotel it was, the one with all the sprinklers. That one, he did it in front of there, and I thought he did a very good job. And thankfully that they didn't go full bananas like they did, I think it was a couple of years ago, didn't they, when that horrible cringy thing when all the drivers came out and were smiling to the camera going, hi. That was, I think I did a video about that as well. That was as cringy as anything. But no, it was very good, I have to admit. Very downplayed for Las Vegas. So that's it. I don't know if I will be doing any Monday videos for the final rounds, because as far as I'm concerned, they are just pointless rounds. They have to exist because people have paid for their tickets, but they don't mean anything. If it's an exciting race or something happens during the last 2 rounds, I may be back to report on the Mondays. But if I'm not, this will be the last Monday report from me for this year. This very, very long season. Longest season in Formula One ever, officially. I looked that up. Yes, it is. I wasn't quite sure, but yes, definitely. And it will continue next year as well, because we've got the same amount of races. So 24 races for 2025. And I hope to God that we don't get any more increases in the races, because it's too many anyway. And I hope that actually we start to lose a few, and get down to something sensible like a 20 max. So I think a 19-20 max is a lot more sensible than what we got at the moment, because it's just unnecessary to have so many races and so many huge gaps as well between the races, which I don't know. We've had two 3-week gaps, and we've had 1 4-week gap between the races, which is a bit ludicrous. I mean, they're always saying about, we want to get it done. So why so many gaps? I don't understand that. Anyway, there you go then. That was Viva Las Vegas. Let me know what you thought about the race in the comments. I thought the race was pretty decent. In fact, there was lots of things going on. More of a strategy race once again. Not really, my cup of tea. I like to see lots of collisions and smashes and what have you, and safety cars and red flags. I like all that stuff. So it didn't really blow my whistle. But as I say, it was a pretty exciting strategical race. So well done for them. Well done for them, and well done for Formula One for putting on quite a decent show. And as I say, that they didn't go over the top, which is great to see. Great to see indeed. So there you go then. That was it. Viva Las Vegas is over. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You let me know in the comments what you thought of the race, what you thought of Maxi Boy winning the championship, and I know you're going to do it. So you just might as well put in the comments, Dave's an idiot for championing, I can't even say that word, for bigging up Lando Norris. Go on, I don't care. Put what you want. Just give me a whole long shopping list of I don't know. Dave to retire. That's what you usually put in the comments, isn't it? Dave to every single bloody thing I post. Dave to retire. Unbelievable. Yes. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about Maxi Boy winning the championship. It was pretty much in no doubt. And whether you're looking forward to the last 2 rounds of I don't think anyone is really. No. I say I will still be watching them. But if anything good happens, or the race turns out good, then I will be back next Monday for another race review. But if it's pretty average, I won't bother. No, I can't be bothered. I can't, because as far as I'm concerned, the championship is now done and dusted, and thank God for that. Yes, thank God for that. It's been a controversial season, especially at the start with Christian Horner and of course WhatsApp Gate. Yes. Exploding in the toilet. Yes, that brings a whole new meaning, doesn't it? Exploding in the airplane toilet. Dirty boy. No, sorry. No, didn't do anything. All investigated, so all I can say is allegedly. Yes, but he didn't do anything. All good. They think we're stupid, don't they? Anyway, it doesn't really matter, because he's still got the team to a world championship, so they're not going to get rid of him, are they? He'll still be around next year. And that's it. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. As I say, let me know in the comments what you thought about the race, what you think of me. I shouldn't have said that, should I? But anyway, I don't care. Just put what you want. Thanks, everyone. You've been awesome as always, and I'll catch you in the next video.